Good morning everyone. Now we will continue with this lesson number 7, body movement. Now in the previous video we were discussing about the body movement in humans and the different types of joints. And in this video we will discuss about the body movement in animals. So first is locomotion in fish. Locomotion means the movement of animals or movement of anyone from one place to another. Movement in fish. The head and tail of the fish are smaller than the middle portion of the body at both ends. So look here, the head and tail of the fish are smaller and its middle part is bigger. This body shape is called as streamlined. The shape of the body we called it as the streamlined shape. The shape of the fish body is known as the streamlined. The shape is such that the water can flow around it easily and allow the fish to move in water. So the streamlined shape helps the fishes to move easily in water and to swim easily in water. The skeleton of the fish is covered with strong muscles. Fishes have strong muscles which help them in swimming. So during swimming, muscles make the front part of the body curve to one side and the tail part swings towards the opposite side. So when the fishes swim, their front part make the body curve and their tail part swings towards the opposite side. Then quickly the body and tail curve the other side and vice versa. This makes the jerk and pushes the body forward. Jerk means the movement, so this helps in the movement and pushes the body forward. A series of jerks make the fish swim ahead. This is helped by the fins of the tail. So in swimming, the fins also helps the fish to swim. Fish also have other fins on their body which mainly help to keep the balance of the body, and the fins also helps in keeping the balance of the body and to keep direction while swimming. So this is the body movement in fishes. Now the next is movement in or locomotion in snake. Snakes have a long backbone. They have many thin muscles. They are connected to each other even though they are far from one another. Snakes have a long backbone. You can see here, snakes have a long backbone. They have many thin muscles. They have so many muscles which are connected to each other, and they are far from one another. Even then they are connected to each other. Muscles also interconnect the backbone, ribs and skin. The snake's body curves into many loops. The snake's body makes many curves. The snake body makes many loops, and each loop of the snake give it a forward push by using it against the ground. Since its long body makes many loops and each loop gives it this push, the snakes move forward very fast, and with the help of these loops the snake moves very fast and not in a straight line. And the snake doesn't move in a straight line. You have seen that snakes always crawls, so it doesn't move in a straight line. This is the movement in snake. Now the next one is the movement in cockroach. Cockroaches walk and climb as well as fly in the air. You all have seen cockroach at your home or nearby at your home. Cockroaches walk and climb as well as fly in the air. They can walk, they climb as well as fly in the air. They have 3 pairs of legs. See, first, second and third. And same here, first and the rest we cannot be able to see. They have 3 pairs of legs. These help in walking. The pair of legs help in walking. The body is covered with a hard outer skeleton, and this body is covered with this hard outer skeleton. This outer skeleton is made of number of plates joined together and that permits movement. And this outer skeleton helps in the movement. There are 2 pair of wings attached to the body behind the head. There are 2 pair of wings present in cockroach, which help them in flying. The cockroaches have distinct muscles. Those near the legs move the legs for walking, and the muscles which cockroach have helps in walking. The body muscles move the wings when the cockroach flies, and the body muscles help in moving the wings when the cockroach flies. So cockroach can walk, climb as well as fly in the air. They have 3 pairs of legs which help in walking. They also have an outer skeleton which help in movement, and they also have body muscles which help the wings when the cockroach flies. So this is the movement in cockroach. Now the next is movement in birds. Birds fly in the air and walk on the ground. As we all know that birds fly in the air and walk on the ground also. Some birds like ducks and swans also swim in water, and some birds like ducks and swans swim in water. The birds can fly because their bodies are well suited for flight. They have very lightweight body, that's why which is well suited for the flying, and their bones are hollow and light. Their bones are also very light and hollow, which that's why they can easily fly in the air. The bones of the hind limbs are typical for walking and perching. So the bones of the hind limbs are typical for walking, and the parts of the forelimbs are modified as wings, and their forelimbs are modified as wings. That's why they can easily fly in the air, because they have very lightweight body and hollow bones also. And we do not have the lightweight body, and we do not have wings also, and we do not have a hollow bones. That's why we cannot fly, and birds can fly. So this is the movement or locomotion in birds. Now the next is earthworm. Earthworm move by stretching out the body in front and keeping the end fixed to the ground. The body of earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. Earthworm moves by stretching out their body and in front and keeping the end fixed to the ground. The earthworm, when moves, it keeps the end fixed to the ground and stretching out the front part. The earthworm also have rings joined to the end. You can see here there are so many rings present in earthworm, and they are joined end to end. An earthworm does not have bones. It has muscles which help to extend and shorten the body. An earthworm doesn't have any bone. It has muscles only which help to extend and shorten the body. During movement, the earthworm first extends the front part of the body. This is the front part. During movement, it extends the first part of the body and it contracts the end part. It has bristles in large number which are connected with muscles. You can see here there are so many bristles present in earthworm, and these are connected with muscles. The bristles help to get a good grip on the ground. The earthworm eats its way through the soil, and these bristles help to get a good grip on the ground while movement. The earthworm eats its way through the soil. Its body then throws away the undigested part of the material that it eats. The earthworm eats the soil and it throws away the undigested part in the soil. This activity of an earthworm makes the soil more useful for plants, and this activity of earthworm makes the soil fertile and more useful for plants. That's why we can say that earthworm is a farmer's friend. Now the next is snail. The shell is the outer skeleton of the snail. This is the shell and this is the outer skeleton of the snail, but it is not made of bones, and this skeleton is not made of bones. The shell is a single unit and does not help in moving from place to place. This shell doesn't help in moving from one place to another. The thick structure is its foot, made of strong muscles. It has a thick structure which is its foot, and it is made of strong muscles, and this muscular foot helps in locomotion. So the shell doesn't help in locomotion, only the muscular foot helps in locomotion. So this is the locomotion in snail. Now I hope you have understood this chapter very well. Thank you and see you in the next video.